Hi everyone. We've made it to the middle of the week. We just have 2 days left to go. It's awesome. Um, so I have promised that I would talk about gratitude essentially till the end of the year because it's just this time of year. And I was thinking about it and I thought about some of the things that I'm thankful for. One of them is technology. Um, I am very thankful to have a supercomputer in the palm of my hand. This actually has more power, for those of you that aren't techie. This is the Note 8 in Orchid. This has more power than NASA used to send astronauts to the moon. And it is, what, a quarter inch thick and 6 inches long and, like a couple inches wide. It fits in the palm of my hand. Um, It, by the way, doesn't mean I don't still have to do mental math, but it's nice. It's wonderful. Just as a kind of a fun story, this is going to date me a little bit. For those of you that don't know, I am trans-aged. I am actually 29, no matter what my birth certificate says. And I will probably be 29 for a long time. Uh, so when I was 10, I think War Games had just come out. I hadn't gone to see the movie, but I did go into Radio Shack, as I really liked to do because Radio Shack was cool. I may have been a little bit older or younger. But I remember seeing the modem for the first time, and that was back when it was a box that looked like a phone and it had the circles on it where you would put your handset. And everything connected for me that at the time, my parents owned a pest control business. This is in Seattle. And I knew that women could work from home. I knew it was a possibility. And I also knew that most women didn't have that opportunity. Now, as a girl, that's what I was thinking about was women. And of course, that doesn't mean that men can't do this too. But my observations of men is that they actually do well if they leave the house. There's just something about, for guys, about being at home and trying to work. Sometimes it works, but I've just noticed that most guys just go, no. But I knew when I was 10 that I wanted to be a mom, and I knew that I wanted a career, and I knew that I didn't want to have to choose one or the other. So when they showed me this modem and they explained that it helped computers talk to each other, it really clicked that this was a way that women, or men, if that's what they want to do, can work from home and have a career. Now, it took a few decades for the technology to catch up to my vision. And now I'm kind of finding some challenges with that. It's challenging when you're trying to allow women to work from home, but they have all of your data on their computer. So there's some restrictions to that. There's a lot that can be done from home. There's a lot more that can be done from home than most employers are willing to allow. And that's a control issue. There's a lot more that can be done from home than people realize. I have a lot of clients that want me to drive to them to meet with them, and I kind of chuckle going, I have a webcam and we can share screens and we can talk about whatever you want. But if it's an older person, I'll just go meet with them because there's no point in, they like the personal face-to-face stuff. But the younger people, actually younger than my chronological age, which I'm not going to tell you, especially the millennials, they get it. They get the idea that I can meet with you face to face and not be in the same room with you. And that's really a cool thing. And I have the feeling we're just scratching the surface at this point. But it's just amazing to me that I can earn an excellent income and not leave my home. it's very reassuring to me that I can do that, because that means that if my kids are sick, or if I'm sick and I'm starting to get sick, there's nothing to be worried about. I don't have to worry about going to the office and catching whatever is being passed around because someone decided to go ahead and come in with a fever of 102. Now, this, of course, is limited by professions. If you're a nurse or a physician, you probably need to be in the office. If you're a firefighter, we want you at the firehouse so you're ready to go in case of an emergency. But, you know, as an accountant, as a clerical worker, it has really been, and as a mom, it has been a godsend. With my two youngest children, now I've been very, very blessed that with my older children, I did not need to work when they were young. Or I had family who could care for them, because this was back in Kentucky where my family lives. And so I either had siblings or parents that were willing to step in, or I just didn't need to work at the time. I was married or was in a situation where working was not necessary. And I've always known that I would work because the last thing I want to be is a trophy wife. And by trophy wife, I don't mean a really young supermodel type. I mean, I want to earn my own way in the world. I want to be able to look at my partner and say, I'm with you because I earned it. Which may or may not make a lot of sense to a lot of people, but I kind of, I like the feeling of earning things, and I like the feeling of earning my own way, and I like the feeling that I don't need a man in my life. I don't need to be married. I can do things that, well, I can do anything I want. And I was kind of chuckling. I can do sales and marketing, but some of the sales and marketing guys I know, they can't do accounting. Something to think about. I do very well with technology. I'm very much a techno buff, and yet I know people that just don't get it. I would really like to figure out, though, how to see my own live video and watch the comments coming in. That would be nice. I can, you know, when it comes to an accounting business, I actually don't need a partner. I can do whatever needs to be done very, very effectively. I know how to market, I know how to advertise, I know how to get the word out, I know how to do the accounting, I know how to manage people, I know how to train, I know how to get the right people in the seats on the bus. So what I would want from a partner would be, please take the stuff that I don't want to do well, but I can take care of that and then get out of my way. So just, you know, working from home. I've worked from home, by the way, since Mercedes was 3, so it's been 13 years. She may have even been younger. It's been at least 13 years since I have been working from home. It has been absolutely the best thing I have ever done. And I'm so thankful for the technology that allows me to do that. It has even come a long way since I started. I usually have the latest and greatest technology. I usually have the latest and greatest software. I try to keep, this is kind of a fun thing. The first computer that I worked from home with, I built. I've mentioned before, computers is really my first love. And it's something I just really enjoy doing. So the first computer I had when I moved into this apartment way too many years ago, I built it. I bought all the parts and I put it together, and I had to have the anti-static mat, and I built it, and it was very satisfying to have a computer that I built myself. It's the only one I've ever built. I can do it again if I need to, but I really prefer and find it much cheaper to buy the pre-built ones. And it's just amazing to me. When I first moved to Utah, the best thing I could get was dial-up. And so I do remember connecting to the internet, listening to the handshake, going in the kitchen, fixing dinner, waiting for a page to load. And that was when I was studying computer programming. And now, if it doesn't load instantaneously, I'm just, let's go. It's just wonderful to see how much technology has evolved, and I'm excited to see what is around the corner. The other thing that I'm going to talk about a little bit more is choosing happiness. Now, this is out of my Rituals for Transformations book that I have been working my way through. I'm kind of stuck on this lesson, partly because I want to really internalize it. Happiness is an inside job. Other people can hurt me, and frequently do, but the decision to be happy lies with myself. So I'm really excited to really be trying to internalize that lesson. Now, what I mean by that is, I don't know about everybody else, but I have had times when people say something nice to me and it just kind of bounces off. A really common one is when someone goes, "Oh, you're so pretty," and I go, "Really? That's the best you could come up with." Yes, I know I'm pretty. I've always known that I'm pretty. I will always be pretty. I will be the prettiest lady in the casket, even if I have white hair by then. And if you see my parents, you will understand that it comes naturally. I have beautiful parents. I have beautiful kids. I have beautiful siblings. Yes, I'm already aware that I'm a really pretty person. Compliment something else. It just is funny because I get this all the time. I get these message requests, and that's all they say. "You're really pretty." And I go, "Yeah, I know. Next." But, you know, people will say things to me, and "Oh, Donna, you're just so amazing." And I'm going, are you talking to a different Donna? Because it's not me. It just kind of bounces off because I haven't internalized it. And so there are some things that I tend to internalize, and it does tend to be negative. Now, there's a little scene in the movie Pretty Woman where they're laying in bed together, and she's kind of explaining to him some of the negative things she's been told. And he goes, "Well, none of that's true about you." And she goes, "Well, when you hear it long enough, you start to believe it." And I find that to be very true. Now, it's easier to believe the negative than it is to believe the positive. And that's just kind of a weird fluke of human nature. You know, I can have 12 people come up to me and go, "Oh, I like your earrings," and "Oh, I watched your video and it was awesome," or "I really appreciate all the hard work you're putting in," or whatever it is. And one person can come up and say, "Oh, you're just awful and you have nasty energy." And I'm going to focus on that and be wondering, what did I do to, you know, for this person to say such a thing? So that's just kind of a quirk of human nature. I'm so sorry, you guys. I am getting sick. I was down with my auto repair shop this morning, and I just could not get warm. And I had a jacket on, and of course I am wearing a skirt, but I had a jacket on. I brought in the portable heater. I think I had that room smoking hot, and I just could not get warm. I was still cold when I left 3 hours later. But I'm also thankful, you know, for clients where I can just go in and I can get their work done. One of the wonderful things about the way my pricing model is if I get the work done faster, I get paid more because I can take on more clients. So that's just a little bit of what I'm thankful for today is technology, and I'm going to have some more on that tomorrow. I have got to go though because I've got soup on the stove. You guys have a wonderful evening, and I am looking forward to talking to you some more tomorrow.